We've just finished rebooting the computer after editing modparams.dat and executing the autogen utility to create a new set of system boot files. I've got my installation kits for PINet copied to the disk of this computer. VMSInstal command, if you remember, is @sys $update. PINet 024 is the name of our product, and the location of the install kits is PI tape, open bracket, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's what we need. Hit the return key. Again, we need to be satisfied with the backup of our disk. I only have one disk in this computer. If I had two disks and PINet was on one and VMS was on the other, I'd have to have a backup of both disks in order to undo this installation. I'm checking parameters and accounts. New installation of PINet. Yes. And I've got an informational message here, so that isn't fatal. Alright, so we're going to continue with our installation. You can choose where to install the PINet software. Normally PINet and PINet build are the two directories that get created in the root of the disk, and that's what I'm going to do in this case. I only have the one disk on this computer, so I'll just hit return to take the defaults. And then I have some additional questions dealing with networking and Pi architecture. We're going to connect to our Pi home node by TCP/IP. Pi 3 server managers may want to consider this PINet to PINet option. PINet to PINet allows a PINet node to act as the server for other PINet nodes. You might want to do this in order to minimize the loading on a Pi 3 server for certain things such as event and point configuration updates. This option is normally not necessary unless you have a large number of PINet nodes, 7 or 8 or more. In that case, then you would also want to have the PINet node that's acting as the server for other PINets to be the server for API nodes running Windows or Unix that are collecting data with interfaces as well. In our case, we don't want to do PINet to PINet because the server we're working with is only going to have the one PINet node. Also, modern servers don't have the kind of loading problems we've had in the past, so this is pretty much something you don't need. So I'm going to say no here. And then I need to tell us the operating system of the Pi server. It's going to be Windows. So I'm going to say yes. And now I'm reminded that I need to make sure I've got TCP/IP running and that we can connect to the Pi server, because we are going to need to reach out to the Pi server during this install process. And I've already confirmed that my Pi server is running, so yes, I want to continue with my installation. And I need to give the name of my Pi server. The name of my Pi server is going to be chuckpc7. And notice it says not an address. And I think I'm done with my questions. The VMSInstal kit now is going out and editing a number of Pi files that are site-specific. It then executes some of those files and starts the installation. So there's pretty much nothing for us to do for the next hour. So at the beginning of the next lesson, we'll take a look at the progress of the install, and we'll take a look at how to troubleshoot any errors, or at least identify if there are errors. And then we'll have post-installation steps to check.